Alright guys, we're at the Comanche. I was working on this little bracket piece. I still gotta, up in there, I gotta fill in that gap with some steel, weld it all up in there once I get the spring out of the way. But I did beat on this thing in the vise to open it up so that it slides on and off better. I might hit it a couple more times. It goes on there pretty good. I think the hole right there where my pinky is and this hole are the same, so I don't think I need to drill anything out. I just need to find a bolt because I'm going to use the track bar to get it in line when I go to weld it up there, and then use a straight edge off the frame to the back side of this, and then yeah, weld it in. So I still got to figure out how I'm going to support this thing. Something keeps flying around by my head. Oh, there it is. It's hiding up under the bumper. Big old wasp. But yeah, so I'll be working on that. I'm just waiting on some more shade, and then I'll figure out how I'm going to support this thing. Also, messing around on Facebook Marketplace, found a 96 Jeep, same year as the white Jeep. It's a 4-door though. It needs head gaskets from what the guy is saying. So what I figure I'm going to do is I'm going to let this one, pickup roll back, and then I'll park the white Jeep in front of it, close to this trailer, and then I'm going to park the new Jeep on the driveway right next to it, and then I'm going to go ahead and pull the engine and transmission and all that out of it, and then I'm just going to swap all that stuff out of the white Jeep into it, get it running, find some tires, and then try to turn around and sell it for a little more. If I have extra parts around here that I can put a small lift on it, I'll do that to make it a little more appealing to people, and then get rid of some of my junk. And then I think I got parts strung out under there, some in here, and then some in the back. I think I have a whole leaf pack, whole leaf spring for a 3-inch lift, 3.5 or so. But yeah, I'm gonna go pick that up tomorrow. A guy said he'd take $600 for it, so I'm gonna go do that. But yeah, let me get on this thing, see about supporting it, jacking it up, and then I'll bring you back when we're farther along. Alright guys, we're back. Got the wheel off, got it jacked up. This is what I came up with for supporting it. I'm going to leave the jack under there with no pressure, but it will be kind of, press up there a little bit. Yeah, this is really kind of sketchy. I shook it, but it is on 3 wheels at least. So yeah, this is what I'm gonna have to deal with right now. But it took me a while to find my spring compressors right over there, because one of them was where it should be and the other one was somewhere else. And so like I found the one that was somewhere else, and then I looked all over the garage for the other one, and then I was like, I'm gonna check the toolbox again, and I checked a few different drawers, and it was in the specialty tool side where they both should have been. But so I found them. Now I gotta put them on there and do this really dangerous job, because this is really dangerous. As a lot of you know, anything can happen. Either it'll go good or it'll go bad. And so I'm gonna look for a piece of chain. I have a piece of chain here, but it's too long and it's attached to this engine. I need to get this thing stripped down all the way. The crank and cam and all that stuff is bad. I was gonna kind of look at the head and see if it's any good, but the valve cover's still good. A lot of these brackets and stuff are still good. You know, fittings, things like that. Spark plugs are probably good too. You know, but yeah, with that big old hole right there, you can see the ground through it. I'll probably strip it all out, and I don't know if this harmonic balancer would be any good. I don't think so though, because it looks like it's, well, maybe this is just paint. I don't want to get it under my fingernail, but it's cracked. Won't mess with that. But we'll take all the bolts and everything. Timing cover should still be good, so we'll just strip her down and haul her off for scrap. I need to do that like right away. But yeah, I'm gonna look for I'll put these up on there, kind of just snug them, and then I'm gonna look for like a piece of chain or something and a bolt, so maybe I can get it out of there, you know, safely, because I want to compress it down and then run a chain through it. But we'll see. I don't know. I wish there was an easier way of doing this. I mean, I guess I could disconnect the upper and lower control arms and the shock, probably from up here, and then maybe drop this whole side of the axle, but I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, let me get to it, and then I'll bring you back when we get that off, and then get up into here, and we'll start plotting out what's going on. So I'll bring you back. Alright, we're back. I got the spring out. I couldn't find a piece of chain, so I just risked it, and I made sure to stand off on either side, where, you know, like kind of in line with the spring compressors, because I think, depending on if one of them slipped around one way or the other, it's gonna like come out or go the opposite. So I tried to keep myself in line with it, and then I stood, you know, I kind of stood way out, and then just kind of reached in and slowly cranked down on each side a little at a time till it dropped down, and then I was able to pull it out back and down, and then I pulled that spacer piece off. So yeah, now I'm gonna get the wire wheel, and I'm gonna get up in here, and I'm gonna start cleaning up. I was looking at that white junk. I know a lot of that's dirt there on top, but I don't really know what that white stuff is. I don't know if that's like a chemical reaction. This is steel. Both of the nut and that are steel, so I don't understand. But yeah, I'll get this up in there. Oops. And then yeah, I'll clean it up. I'll probably need to knock those, get those bolts or studs out of there, and then because they don't need to be there anymore. Oh, actually, I mean, I might get that bar. Oh, I don't know if it goes there or not. There's like a strengthening bar that goes from here across, kind of a cradle that helps keep the frame from flexing. So alright, let me get on this, get this cleaned up, and I'll bring you back. Alright guys, we're back. I went ahead and I cleaned it all off. It's all like glazed over with the stuff from welding. What I'm doing is I'm just kind of going back and forth. I have two marks, one there and one over here. That's a little past what that bracket down there is, so I'm just filling it in slowly with the welding wire, and then I'll go make a pass, clean it, make another pass, clean it, and then I'm letting it cool right now because it is getting pretty hot. And then I'll go back over it with a grinder and stuff and clean it up. I just want, because I couldn't find anything that would really fit up in there to weld. So I'm gonna just do it this way. And yeah, I'm gonna let it cool, and then I'll get back to it. But yeah, I think it's gonna work good. It'll work fine. I just gotta, remember to let it cool down. And it's ugly, it is ugly, but I got it hot enough but cool enough that I can get some good material up in there. And I think once it's all done, it'll be plenty strong. I think I'm gonna, because right up underneath, right there, you can kind of see that's where I welded in the other part of the frame. So I might make another pass in there and then clean it up just to maybe add some strength. I don't know. I think this bracket piece, it's gonna sit like right up in there anyway. It's gonna add some strength. And then this frame stiffener that I put on the outside is really strong. So yeah, so I'll just do that. I'll just keep making pass after pass, let it cool down, because I don't want it to warp too much. Because this piece, I'm gonna have to probably modify that piece down there, like put some twists and stuff in it, because it doesn't want to butt up against the back side of this too flat, and then it doesn't want to butt up against that very flat, or it'll butt up against one of them but the other one's not. So I'm gonna figure that out. But yeah, I'll bring you back when probably after I get all this done and cleaned up and ready to tack that piece on. So yeah, I'll bring you right back. Alright, hey guys, we're back at the Comanche. I got a little excited and I did a lot of work without you guys, because as soon as I tacked that back bracket piece in there, I just went for it. I did melt the bushing a little bit with the track bar being up in it to guide it up in there, even though I just used it to tack it up in there. And then I dropped it, so I'll have to clean that up with the utility knife and stuff. And then for this outer piece though, after I welded it all up in there, I had to grind part of the weld on it on this side so that this bracket piece would kind of butt up against there a lot better. But once I did that, I got some C clamps and stuff and my F clamps, and I had to twist, get them all up in there and get them tight to twist it, because there were some gaps, and there still is a little bit of a gap behind this one, but not enough to really worry about because it'll fill in with the weld. And then this side's a lot prettier than that side, because I had to come in from back behind here to get it welded, get it started, and then a couple times, and then I was able to come out from on this side and just start welding in. And so it looks like crap, but it'll be a lot prettier once I start cleaning it up and get it painted and everything. But still got to weld up underneath this, both brackets together, and then I got to weld up on here, and then I think I'll probably weld a little more up in here, both sides maybe, and to finish it off, get it all cleaned up. So I'll bring you back when I get those plug welds done and start cleaning it up. And then yeah, I think yeah, we're getting closer. I think that'll be plenty strong though. So yeah, I'll bring you back when we're at a different spot, hopefully. So see you after a bit. Alright guys, we're back. Almost got this thing all welded in. Still got like that last one to do, and then I'll clean off all these other ones, smooth it out, and then touch up, you know, make it look pretty. But my welder, for some reason it's getting hot. I don't understand it, because I mean, maybe it's getting old or needs to be cleaned out or something, but the little light came on and it stopped working, so I'm gonna leave it sitting here running with the fans. Hopefully it will be able to kick back on. I'd really like to not have to break into this thing. Might need to pop it open and blow it out or something. I don't really know what's going on inside, but can't use it right now, and this is my only welder that I got. So hopefully I don't have to buy another one. If I do, I'm going to buy a bigger, better one, I think, and just use this you know, for light duty stuff, if it'll even turn on. But yeah, so I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna wait a little bit, and then hopefully it'll come back on and we can get back to it, because yeah, it won't even go. So alright, well, I'll bring you back when we get farther along. I just wanted to let you know that I'm having some technical difficulties, but I'll bring you back. Okay guys, we're back. There it is, done. It's in. I cleaned it up with the flapper wheel and finished welding everything. It's not the most beautiful thing, but I think it'll be playing strong. Kind of worried about that spring, like right up in here, but we'll see once I get it in there. You know, I might have to do some tweaking to this. I may have to, I don't know, cut part of it out. I don't know. Maybe not. I just don't want to rub it against that. But we'll see. So right now, though, I went around, like I said, with the flapper disc and a wire brush. I also had a file that I kind of stuck up into areas like this on the secondary bracket and knocked off all that slag and little overspray, those little balls of metal everywhere, knocked a lot of those out. I did go on the inside and I was able to weld the inner bracket a little bit. It's not pretty up in there, but it was just something to add a little bit of strength to, and it was really hard to get up in there and like move the nozzle to get on into the corner and on both edges. But I think it's good enough. It's playing strong. It has a good weld on the inner bracket and this outer bracket, and then all these plug welds add strength, and then it's welded underneath. So I think it'll be good. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I'll show you in the next video, because that's it for this one. And then but I'll show it off there and start getting all the rest of this stuff connected and finished up, get it ready to go, and hopefully all that'll be left will be the brakes. So that's it for now. Till next time, y'all take care now.